Hey everyone, a video on a salesperson's claim to accounts for territoryless sales. This is another critical part of the game here. We don't have assigned geographical territories, which means any salesperson is free to roam about the cabin in any part of the territory in which we sell enjoy or distribute enjoy. Shasta County, Tehama County, Trinity County, Siskiyou County, Butte County. And then down, we can do a little bit of, down in Orland and Willows, and that's Colusa County, down that way as well. Very little of that. We know now, after being in this game for a while, that most of the magazines go into Shasta County, then Trinity County. Then probably Butte and Siskiyou County. That's where the magazine mostly is. We write about area outside of that. We also will take advertisements from people that are marketing into this territory, but don't necessarily have shops set up. Corporate accounts, people that are their businesses in Minneapolis, but they have locations here and they want to market locally. Those we definitely will take advertising for. I've had a few of those over the years. So how do we do this? How do we have, which we will have three salespeople that'll be boots on the ground. We're going to have we have a digital only salesperson. And then we have James Mazzata, who doesn't go out in the field to prospect, but he has accounts and will take leads depending on the rotation of the leads. When leads come in, we will rotate those through. First, we'll consider an order, salesperson order, create a list. Each person, and James gets one, and then Jen, and then Connie, then Kevin, and then it rotates back to James, Jen, Connie, Kevin, back like that. The other consideration will be if we get one like an Orland or Oroville, Kevin's just going to get that. Chico, Kevin will get that because he's working those areas. He's not assigned, but he is considered a specialist for those areas at this point, at the time of this video. So we will have specialty areas for some of you, and that will also determine who gets the accounts. The other thing that happens with leads is if one account is Shasta County Health and Human Services, that has lots of different entities within the organization, and we generally tend to keep, like that was mine. I was the Shasta County Health and Human Services salesperson, so anytime any of their entities wanted to advertise, I would handle that. So that's another specialty. Like there might be an account specialty for accounts that have many tendrils like that reaching out into the community. But for the most part, for prospecting and building your territory and building your pipeline, everything is wide open. So we need to make this work two massive things: magazine manager and communication, regular communication. And I guess I can put in a third thing as an attitude of abundance, that we're helping one another when we can. I get that, and some of this is going to be on the screen in a minute, but I get we're all salespeople and we generate our income with commission sales. It can create a competitive type of situation, and that's healthy and that's good, and that's the system we've set up. At the same time, that can be all worked out in a civilized manner using communication and magazine manager and a attitude of abundance. So let's look at this. Enjoy generates advertising sales utilizing outside salespeople without territories. That means no one salesperson owns a geographical area in the North State. It's very clearly understood that salespeople earn their living via commissions paid on sold advertisements. Therefore, great care must be given to making sure fairness is employed, allowing all salespeople an equal opportunity to claim sales accounts in order to earn their commissions. The following guidelines are outlines. One more time, the following outlines the structure of this arrangement. I call it planting your flag in the soil. When when anybody's ever claimed new territory, they stick a flag pole in the dirt. I claim this for the United States of America or whatever. So you're going to claim an account that's yours until it's not anymore. How do we go about doing that? So this is how we do that. First, in order to claim a prospective account, a salesperson must do these things. Present a media kit to the decision maker of the business. Log the prospective account into Magazine Manager as a new account. The Magazine Manager video I made shows you how to do that. Very easy. It's 2 clicks of a button and filling out a field, and then clicking on you as the salesperson. Claim an existing account in Magazine Manager that is clearly vacated by a salesperson no longer employed by Enjoy. Magazine Manager has a few salespeople in there listed that don't work for Enjoy anymore, but there are accounts that are still listed under their name. There's going to be a bunch with me still as I turned over my accounts. So if you walk into an account that belongs to a past employed salesperson that's no longer here and nobody else is working it, it's yours. And basically go into Magazine Manager and click on that drop-down menu of salespeople, click on your name, and it assigns the account to you, and you're done. And then if you sell an ad within 2 magazine issues of the presentation, so if you walked into a business and you presented a media kit and you sell an ad within 2 magazine issues of your first presentation, it's yours as well. And generally, if you haven't, and you're active in there and you're bringing a new issue each time and you're developing a relationship with these people, and you might even have an understanding that you're not going to advertise for a while. An example for me is Lake Shasta Dinner Cruise. They advertise May, June, July, August, September, and that's it. So if I'd walked in there in October and Matt there would have said, we're not going to advertise till May. Well, I made a presentation. It's going to be way more than 2 issues, but that's going to be my account when he does. So that's what I mean by communication. All that stuff needs to be considered. So if I walked in October and I've developed a relationship with Matt, and someone else walks in December and talks to him, it's still mine, even though 2 issues have gone by and he hasn't advertised, but we have this understanding. Again, communication is going to take care of all this, and we will be communicating. The following activities effectively lay claim to an account by a salesperson are planning their flagging the account. You enter in the account in the Magazine Manager. So once you've done these things, go into Magazine Manager, create a new account or find it in there, search it first. We've been around for so long, it's probably already in there. If it's already in there, make it yours. If not, add the information, and you as the salesperson, you're done. Claiming a logged account. And when I mean my logged account, logging in means it's been logged. It's been entered into the system as a potential account or an existing. Claiming a logged account from a no longer employed salesperson, securing a logged in account from a current salesperson. So that's tricky also. I've been approached lots of times when I was a salesperson about accounts that are under my name, but I'm not currently selling to. So a salesperson will come to me and say, hey, I have a relationship with these people. They're interested in advertising, but it's your account. Can I have them? My attitude always is what's good for the organization, because here's the deal. The more Enjoy sells, the healthier it is, and we all stay employed. So that's my first consideration. If I've got nothing going on, I've been able to get nowhere with it, it's been sitting in my record as mine for a while, my answer 9 times out of 10 is you bet, take it away, go get the ad and change it in Magazine Manager, and we're done. That's the attitude we all need to have. The following activities initiated by an employee Enjoy salesperson do not plant the flag. So if you drop a magazine off at a place of business and just drop it, that doesn't count. If you just drop your business card, that doesn't put your flag in the soil. If you present a media kit to someone other than the decision maker, that does not plant your flag. A media kit is not presented at all to the decision maker. The prospect is not in Magazine Manager. Magazine Manager is the soil. You putting the information in is the flagpole. The prospect is logged in a Magazine Manager under the name of another sales rep. Until you change the name of the rep to you, it's not yours. The prospect has not purchased an ad within 2 issues of the media kit presentation. Again, that one is going to be very fuzzy, and will take some talking about, communication about, to see who owns the account. And you could walk in, I could walk into a place, make a presentation to the owner with the media kit, and nothing happens, nothing's gonna happen, and then someone else walks in 2-3 issues later and just creates a connection that's gonna work. That person again comes, approaches the salesperson, would approach me and explain the situation, and then I would have to be the one to determine, yeah, go ahead and take it, I'm getting nowhere there. Accounts belong to the current salesperson as indicated in Magazine Manager, regardless of current ordering history, until the responsible sales rep relinquishes the account. Past due accounts belong to the current salesperson until all outstanding invoices are paid in full. So there is no such thing as shuffling off an account that hasn't paid their bill to someone else. No kicking the can down the road. You're responsible. The salespeople are responsible to make sure we're paid. Salespeople are responsible to make sure we do business with people that are going to pay us. That's not on the company, that's on us. We're the ones that are out in the field talking to these people. We make the determination whether or not we're going to get paid. And if they don't pay us, it's up to us to make sure we get paid. That's a bottom line deal. It's understood that these are guidelines rather than hard, fast rules. Exceptions will arise, issues will occur. It is expected that as a team, such expectations and issues will be worked out via responsible communication between salespeople. A salesperson may relinquish an account to another salesperson if an agreement is reached between the salespeople to make the transition from one salesperson to another. Before any new prospect is approached, the approaching salesperson will consult Magazine Manager in order to determine if the account belongs to another salesperson. This has to happen. And there's very few things that I will say that aren't acceptable and are mandated and, put my fist down on the table hard. This is one of them that will cause this reaction. There is no, I don't feel like consulting Magazine Manager. I don't have time to do that. I need to be out selling. I can't take the time to do this. Then you will not get the account. If you sell to an account that's in Magazine Manager under somebody else's name and you did not go through the steps I just explained, you will not be given commission on that sale. The salesperson of record will be given those commissions. The other thing I would do when you consult Magazine Manager is make sure you try a couple of different iterations of the business name. Like I have the Reading Gold Mart in Magazine Manager. It's under the Gold Mart. It's not under Reading Gold Mart. It's not under Gold Mart. It's under the Gold Mart. So if you search Gold Mart, nothing's going to come up. Oh, it must be wide open. So you got to make sure you try a few different iterations of that, or search by sales consultant and see. Or another great way to search is by the name of the business owner. That, search a few different ways. I get this is a pain in the butt. There's a lot of accounts to deal with. This is the only way we're going to make this work. If it's determined that the prospective account belongs to a current salesperson, the prospecting salesperson is free to contact the current salesperson to inquire about the account's availability. We just went through all of that. Before any new prospect is approached, it is the decision of the current salesperson whether or not to relinquish the account. The sales manager will have final say in unresolved account claim disputes. Current accounts assumed by a prospecting salesperson without initiating plant the flag SOP will be forfeited to the current salesperson. All harsh seems like, but this is the only way we're going to make this work is if we're talking to each other and being moral and ethical about this, where there isn't going to be any railroading and there's not going to be any just grabbing accounts that aren't yours. It's not going to happen. And this is the way to make that work. I'm always available to communicate with. That's part of my job to do this. And I'll make sure that we're talking about these things during sales meetings, but we don't have to wait for sales meetings. Your instinct should be, if you're find that you're looking at an account you want that belongs to someone else, is to pick up the phone, the text, the email, and get a hold of that person and talk to them about the account and see what's up. And as a salesperson, if you don't want to give up the account, you don't have to. That's what I mean. It's your decision whether you give it up or not. If you have a good reason to keep it, then keep it. If you don't have a good reason to keep it, consider the benefit to the company if you gave it up. We work flexibly and enjoyably. Communication is the key, as it is with everything. Communication is that thing that everybody wants and nobody feels like they have enough of in any organization. I've worked for big companies, I've worked for teeny ones. It's always the same. I didn't hear about that. I didn't get the email. I didn't get the text. Nobody told me about that. And usually that's baloney. It means that you weren't paying attention. The information's out there. This is more about talking to one another and making sure that we're working together and going where we need to go to get the sales that the company needs. So any questions on this, we will be talking about in sales meetings and just one-on-one, but feel free to reach out. And here is to a successful opportunity for you to build your business.